What's up, guys? If you haven't met me, my name is Colin Jung. I am a freelance cinematographer, DP in the Ohio area. I do a lot of work in a lot of different spaces, in commercial work, in corporate work, in film work like narrative and documentary. And for the last, I'd say about 6 to 8 months, I've been doing all of my work on this camera here. This is my FX3 rig. I am in a place now where I need your help. I am looking at a few different options for my future with cameras, and I would love some advice and input on people who have been in a similar situation and have made decisions, and what decisions you made, how it impacted you, all that stuff. Let's talk about it. So the first thing I want to get into is just straight off the bat, this is an amazing camera, and not to toot my own horn, but I felt like I was doing good work before this camera. So if you're sitting here wondering if gear is everything, I don't believe it is, but I do believe it helps in a few different ways. And so a few of those ways are, just physical capabilities. The fact is, the camera I'm recording on right now is the Sony A6600. It's a crop sensor camera. It's a few years old. It's got a great picture, but it's not as good as the FX3. It's not as good of a picture by itself. It doesn't have as many features. It can only do 4K up to 30 FPS, and even then it has a crop. It doesn't have full frame, so the low light capabilities just off the bat aren't as great, as well as with the FX3's dual ISO. There are just so many capabilities, the autofocus, the form factor, the capabilities, the XLR handle. There are so many things that this camera does so much better than the A6600. And there is a camera, and I would say a lot of cameras, but there's a specific camera that I feel might do things better than the FX3. And that camera is the FX6. I have been looking for a while, and I've known for a while that, and I made this decision when I bought the A6600, that I would eventually want to work my way up the Sony ecosystem. I love how it works, I love how all the cameras perform, and I love the functionality and the usage of them. And so when I bought my 6600, I knew that I was buying it so that I could invest in an ecosystem that would have longevity. And so it was great when I had my 6600, I bought the FX3, and my lenses that I already had for the 6600 are now usable on my FX3. So the problem now is that I feel like I might be in a place where I am ready to make the jump to the FX6. The problem is there are some circumstances outside of, am I ready mentally or physically or tangibly to go to the FX6? And that's where I need your help, is with advice. So I'm trying to decide if the investment in the FX6 would be that. Would it be an investment? I have heard a lot of people say, and specifically some of the freelance YouTubers, freelance DPs that do YouTube that I watch, David Moorfield, Lens of Jared, Luke Ring, I'm trying to think, I know there are others, but a lot of people have talked about how the FX6, I don't know why I'm pointing at the FX3 as if it is the FX6. The FX6 is a hireable, sought after camera by agencies, production companies. I have heard that that is the case. Therefore, me investing in an FX6 would be an investment, because I would make money from the fact that I am now an owner-operator of an FX6. To someone who knows a lot about cameras, the FX3 would not be a night and day difference from the hireability, because it's, by all technicalities, the same sensor and therefore the same image. Sure, there are a few different things, the in-camera sharpening, and obviously some features are different, but picture-wise, the FX3 and FX6 should be marginal at best in quality difference for picture. The problem is the client perception. That's where another thing of gear comes into, is the client perception. I could have I don't even know if this is a thing, but a 20-year-old RE camera and a brand new Sony camera. The Sony might give me a better picture, have better features than the RE ever will, because it's older, but because it's an RE, there is a client perception that that is a professional camera. And that is what the FX6 brings that the FX3 doesn't. Now granted, when I show up like this, with the camera all rigged out and ready to go, with the biggest lens I have on the front of it, it looks pretty impressive, and it is really impressive, and this camera can get a great picture. But this right here gets just as good of an image as the camera with no monitor, no top handle, no V-mount, no 70 to 200, no matte box, just the camera and a 50 mil or a 24 to 70 like I have on my 6600 right now. Just the camera and a lens gets just as good of a picture. It's just the usage of the extra tools on the camera that help out. So all that to say, I am trying to figure out, and I need your help to decide, is it worth it? Have you seen the investment pay off in your FX6 or your upgrade from whatever, from a, I don't know, maybe a C70 to a C300, C400, C500? I don't know a lot about Canon cameras, but I am trying to decide if it is worth it for me to invest money, whether it's by financing or by taking on a little bit of just like spending a big chunk of cash, and it's not like I'm raking in the dough and I have a bunch of money on hand to spend, but is it going to be worth it to me to spend the money on the FX6? And I know that it's use case, and again, that's why I can talk a little bit about the work that I do. I do a little bit of everything. So I do some run and gun stuff, and that's why I think that just from a standpoint, I don't think I'm ready to sell the FX3 to pay for the FX6. I think I'd be more of a position to keep the FX3 and have an FX6 as my A cam, keep the FX3 as a B cam and a gimbal option. I want to shoot films. I want to shoot documentaries. If that would be the case, I want to market myself as a owner-operator DP and to shoot a wide variety of projects. If I had to choose a niche, again, it would probably be narrative film or creative commercials. I want to create, I would say I lean towards creating more beautiful / creative shots rather than corporate / professional looking shots. I can do both, and I want to be able to do both throughout my career, but I would say I would specialize in creating beautiful images, if that makes sense, if that tracks. I would see myself more as like a craftsman, artist type, creative type than a cameraman, ENG, like event type stuff. I want to be creative. I've always been a creative person, so I want to keep working in that space. So hopefully that's enough information. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. But again, I'm just very much in a place where I would love some input, and I think YouTube is a great place to have that. I'm a newer channel on YouTube, but I've already got some amazing feedback on so many videos that I've posted. I've been amazed by how many people have been commenting and supportive. And again, literally the vlog I posted 2 days ago, I was talking about how I was at 120 subscribers, and I posted that video and now I'm almost at 150. So thank you guys so much for the support you've been giving to my channel. I really do appreciate it. I know I'm kind of just coming on and asking for advice here, but yeah, I believe that the FX6 could be a great investment, that for the work I'm doing, for narrative films and for my professional work as well, which I have shot narrative films professionally, and I've been paid for that. So I think that it could be a good investment for my workflow, and I really do think that it could be something that could benefit me a lot. I'm specifically wondering if that investment has a tangible payoff. Not was the camera good, because I love my FX3 and I love the image it produced. So less from a image standpoint, I know that the image is going to be good on the FX6, more from a workflow and from a investment standpoint. Like, has the FX6 been a tangible payoff for you in that way? Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you stayed all the way through, check out my other videos if you want to see some BTS of the work that I do, if that would be helpful at all for your advice that you're going to give. But yeah, thank you guys again so much for checking out the channel. Thanks for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts. Again, I love my FX3. I don't think it's going anywhere. I think it's going to stay around for a while. I think I'm just ready to get its big brother into my arsenal. So yeah, again, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.